Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaskar. Om Namo Venkatesaya. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanideye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Lakshmīnātha Samarambam Nātayamana Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Partaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Namo Venkatesaya. Pranams everybody. So Arjuna continued his arguments why he didn't want to fight that battle. So we are almost coming to the end of his arguments. So let's move on to Sloka number 45.
Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtrarane hanyuhu tanme kshemataram bhavet.
So here he's almost completely giving up and surrendering this sloka. Yadi mam apratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtraha rane hanyuhu tat me kshemataram bhavet. That means even if yadi, in case mam, that is me, apratikaram, that means I'm going to, I'm not going to fight back. That means I'm going to completely give up. That means I will just surrender to them, surrender to whatever they are doing. Apratikaram, prati means doing against them. That means aprati means not doing anything against. That means not resisting at all. Apratikaram. Ashastram, that means I'm not going to take up any weapons on my hand also. So I'm not going to fight this battle. Even if they want to fight that battle, I'm just going to not resist them. I don't want to take any weapon in my hand. Sastra Paneya, those people may possess all their, the Sastra and Pani means in their hands. Sastra means weapons. If they have all the weapons in their hands, Dhartarashtra, the Dhritarashtra's sons, all the Dhritarashtra's sons holding all the weapons in their hands, they want to fight with me, and I'm not going to hold any Astra in my hand, nor I'm going to resist whatever they are going to fight with me. Rane in this battle. Hanyuhum, that means if they kill me also. So because I'm not going to hold anything back, and therefore they can fire, they can just kill me with their weapons. That may for me, Chematarma, that will be that will be much better for me. So to what extent he has completely came down. Starting from the in the middle of this chapter 1, we saw that Shenayor Ubayor Madhya Ratam me sthape Achyuta. That means he says, take his chariot in the front of this, the warring factions. I want to see who are all the people on this evil-minded Duryodhana is. That is the kind of this the courage with which he started this battle. Over the next few minutes, he is completely broken down and he is completely surrendered, saying that I am not going to take up any of the astras. I'm not going to resist them. I'm not going to fight against them and let them hold whatever weapons they want, and they want to kill me also. Even that is better for me. So that is the extent of his despondency that has come down in this, this the first chapter. So let's go to the last sloka of this chapter.
Sanjaya uvacha eva muktvarjuna sankhye rathopastha upavishat visrujya sasharam chapam shokasam vignamanasah.
So Sanjaya Vacha, Sanjaya is telling Dhritarashtra, what is he saying? Eva Muktva Arjuna. Having said this, Arjuna, Sankhya in this battlefield, Ratha Upastha. That means he, he just sat in this chariot itself. So that means he was standing up and getting ready to fight the battle with his astras and this arrow and bow. He just sat down into the chariot. Visrujya, that means having left out what? Sasaram Chapa. That means Chapa is this bow, and then Asharam is all this arrow. So he just put down all this bow and arrow, sat down in this chariot. Shoka Samvigna Manasa. That means he was completely afflicted with sorrow, and then this distress. It's completely sorrowed and distressed, and then therefore he put all his weapons on that into the chariot, and then sat down, and then just kept quiet. That's how this chapter 1 completes. So normally when you complete any chapter, we say this, this famous sloka, iti om tat sat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyaya. So that's what summarizes that. What does it mean? Om Tat Sat Iti. So that means this is the Sat. That means Bhagavan Tat is also that means that Sat. That means that is that Bhagavan. Om Tat Sat Iti. So this is what this particular Bhagavad Gita is. Tat Sat Iti. Bhagavad Gita. So in this Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Vidyayam. So Bhagavad Gita, so Upanishads. So Bhagavad Gita itself is called as, not only the entire Bhagavad Gita is Upanishads, each chapter is called as Upanishads. So that means each chapter talks about different yogas, and therefore each chapter itself is Upanishad. So we saw that what does Upanishad means? Upashanid, Upanishad. Upa means getting closer, Shat means to sitting, Ni means to know about. One meaning of Ni is in surrender. That is the Shishya surrenders to the Guru, so that the Guru starts talking about this Brahma Vidya. Other meaning is Ni also means Nitya. That means it talks about the Nitya Tattvam. Nitya Tattvam is Brahman itself. So the Upanishads talks about the Brahma Vitam when the Shishya goes very close to the both mentally and physically to his Guru. So that is what is Upanishads. On this Bhagavad Gita is also one of the Upanishads. So on that Bhagavad Gita also Upanishads. So Brahma Vidyayam. So this Vidya is called as Brahma Vidya. Two meanings for that. Brahma means Brahman. One meaning of Brahman is very big. So that means one of the greatest knowledge that one should have, and therefore it is called as Brahma Vidya. Other meaning of Brahma Vidya is it talks about Brahman. So that means the chapter, all this Upanishads is talking about ultimately the Bhagavan, Bhagavad Swarupam, and therefore it is called as Brahma Vidya. Yoga Shastre. Yoga, the word yoga means is derived from the root word yuj. Yuj means to join or to connect. So that means it not only talks about the ultimate, what is the ultimate goal to be reached, but also it talks about the means, because any knowledge which only talks about what is the goal to be reached, if it doesn't talk about the means to achieve that, then it is useless. No, as long as I say must all go to Delhi, but if I don't tell me how to reach Delhi, what is the point? So there is no point in unless the path is also clearly mentioned. So that is why it is called as Yoga Shastra. Yuj means to unite. So that means it talks about the path of reaching that, because Bhagavan talks about the various yogas of ultimately reaching that, and therefore it is called as Yoga Shastra. But Bhagavan itself is called as Yoga. In Vishnu Sahasranam, the third sloka is Yogo Yoga Vidhamneta Pradhana Purusheshwara. Yoga is also Bhagavan, because he is the person who is connecting all of us to that Parabrahma, and therefore he is called as Yoga Shastra. Shastra means Shasanat Trayate iti Shastra. So that means by giving instructions. Shasana means instruction. By giving that instructions, it is protecting us, and therefore it is called as Shastra. Yoga Shastre Krishna Arjuna Samvade. So this is the conversation taking place between Krishna and Arjuna. That is why it is called as Krishna Arjuna Samvade. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. So the Arjuna's Vishada Yoga. Vishada means that the despondency or depression. How can despondency or depression can be called as a yoga? That's a question that arises in our mind. Because unless you have that, that all of us would have felt, only when you face through some difficult periods of time, we get whatever, we look to the Bhagavan, and therefore whatever knowledge we get at that point of time becomes practically useful for us. That's why it is the initial, supposing if you're in a good state of mind, and then you are a very rich person. So if you talk to him about this yoga, he doesn't mind. Doesn't very much reach to him, because he's already happy with whatever he's having, and therefore it doesn't make much impact on him. But when a person is in deep distress, when he's wanting for money, if somebody gives him some instruction, this is how you should get money, then obviously he'll be interested in that. So you must have that, the urge or the thirst for that. So that means he is in this particular thirst, because he is already in depressed mood. And also we are going to see in the second sloka, in the second chapter, where he completely surrenders to Bhagavan, saying, I am Prapanna and Sishya. That means I surrender to you, I am your disciple, therefore you tell me what is good for me. So that means that is the pre-condition for that is this despondency, which is that Vishada Yogam. Vishada Yoga Nama Prathamodhyaya. So that is the first yoga, the first chapter, and therefore it is called as Prathamodhyaya. So Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyaya. That is how the first chapter concludes. So maybe we'll tomorrow take a recapitulation of what we discussed in the first chapter, because having seen different slokas, let's start from beginning till the end. what is it that was being discussed in the first chapter, and then move on to the second chapter. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudeva Vasudam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Krishna 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 Krishna.